I don't think anything else needs to be said about why we made this decision. It's my privilege to visit CIU this past spring to make an announcement in chapel about our decision to present this year's Lifetime of Service Award to Dr. McQuilkin, but unfortunately he couldn't be there. He was on a 6-week trip to Africa, visiting I think 5 different countries, doing what he loves to do. There are really 2 parts to the presentation of this award. We want to personally communicate our appreciation for the model and example in the life of Dr. McQuilkin, but we also want the Columbia International University family to be able to celebrate and remember this for many years to come. And so we, as our tradition is annually, commissioned an original oil painting from a Greater Europe Mission missionary in Germany who painted a portrait for us that we would like to present this evening to Dr. Bill and Debbie Jones on behalf of Columbia International University. So I'm going to ask my colleague Marv Newell to join me here, and Dr. and Mrs. Jones as well. And we would like to present to you this original oil painting that we hope captures the spirit and essence of this life and the heart behind our award.
Steve and Marv, I want to thank you on behalf of CIU and our family. And thank you, friend, for being a role model. We're really blessed at CIU. You heard in the video, we have 17,000 grads serving in 148 countries around the world. The DNA in our organization, the university, is from Dr. McQuilkin. From his father, who's the first president. Dr. McQuilkin was the 3rd president. I'm now the 6th president. And I was talking to Bishop Perrin, who'll speak later tonight, and I was just going on and on about how godly Dr. McQuilkin is. And I stopped and said, you'll probably never send us any students because you see the spirituality going downhill. But Dr. McQuilkin, thank you for your mentoring my life, for mentoring so many. I got Steve's permission. If you came tonight for tonight's celebration, and they came as far away as California, that's how much we love you. Would you just stand up? Those who just came for tonight's celebration, the ones at the reserve table, would you just stand up so Dr. McQuilkin can see how loved he is? You may sit down, and I got Steve's permission on this. If you are one of the alumni from CIU, I heard there's one table in the back that has 3 generations of CIU grads. If you're an alumna or an alumnus from CIU, would you stand up, please? Dr. McQuilkin, thank you. Steve and Marv, thank you. It's a tremendous honor. I'm tempted to hang it in my own office, but we'll display it prominently on campus. Thank you very, very much.
Well, as I mentioned, there is a personal side to this as well. So I'm going to ask Dr. McQuilkin if you would please come and join me, and Marv. We'll invite your special guests in just a moment. But if you would come, we would like to formally present you with this year's Lifetime of Service Award. So Marv, would you join me here, please? And On behalf of Cross Global Link and the Mission Exchange, we would like to present you with this year's Lifetime of Service Award. And it says, Lifetime of Service Award presented to Dr. Robertson McQuilkin by Cross Global Link and the Mission Exchange with today's date. An original sculpture that goes with this award. It's pretty heavy. I'm sure you could probably bench press it multiple times, but I'll just set it here before we give it to you. I told Dr. McQuilkin that he has spoken into our life by his writing, by his speaking, by his life example, and tonight was our chance to speak into his life, but we did want him to have the opportunity to say a few words in response. So Marv and I will just stand here as you go ahead and share a few thoughts with us.
Thank you, sincerely. I have to read the new names. Cross Global Link and the Mission Exchange. Thank you, thank you. And thank those of you who came a great distance to be here. It overwhelms me, and I thank you. But those of you who know me know that I've been very agitated about this whole thing ever since I heard about it. And you may wonder, why in the world would he be agitated? Why wouldn't he be preening? I'll tell you why. As soon as they said it, I knew there were dozens in the missionary community, dozens who deserved it far better than I. And not a few of them right here in this audience. And that is embarrassing and distressing. Until about 3 weeks ago, and I realized, McQuilkin, this isn't about you. This is about this. You think I'm going to say something spiritual. This. Actually, and we've seen a little hint of it tonight, this is to focus on an institution that for almost a century has sent thousands and thousands of missionaries around the world and dozens of missionary leaders. Some of you may worry about what's the future of the school. I want to tell you something. This man over here passionately practices what I poorly preach. You don't have to have any worries. Mm-hmm. So, both CIU and I tonight join with Isaiah in saying, all that we have accomplished, you have done. And so, to the greatest missionary of all time, Jesus the Christ, be all honor and glory.
Got one more thing.